So there has been a lot of controversy swirling around the German band Rammstein. And they were accused this week by one single fan of basically creating an environment where she says she claims she was drugged at a pre-party. And also, she claims that she somehow got a bruise sometime during the night, a huge bruise that she seems to be somehow attributing to the fault of this somehow to the band or to the crew, or I don't know. She's kind of backtracking on that. And then she also tells a story about an incident during the show where she was introduced, she claims, introduced to Till Lindemann, and he asked her for sex. She turned him down, and she's presenting this as some kind of a traumatic incident.
Oh my God, Till Lindemann wanted to have sex with me? What?
And so the band came out with a statement that's making the news now. And so there's been a lot of talk around this, and I wanted to talk to someone who actually was there. She was there with the Accuser. This person I'm going to interview, she was in the infamous Row Zero, that is the area right in front of the stage where you have people specially invited to go to after parties and, you know, a lot of pretty girls, as you would expect at a rock concert. And so she was there at this concert in Vilnius, Lithuania, where this fan claims that this stuff happened to her. And also she was with this woman more than really anyone else, apparently, with her during the concert and also at the parties. So thank you for doing this. I know it's last minute. I know that it's late where you are, and so I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate that you've been speaking out a bit this week. So you went to the Rammstein concert in Vilnius, and you were in Row Zero. Is that right?
Yeah, I have been there.
Okay. And how did that come about? Because a lot of people have been talking about how people are selected to be in Row Zero and that process.
It's nothing that hard because a lot of girls are messaging to Alana, and Alana is the person who is giving those invitations. And I was one of those girls who was writing to her and asked, Alana, can I go to the pre-party? Can I go to the Row Zero? And she said, yeah, of course you can go.
So that night at the concert in question, you went to the pre-party where Shelby was, and then also the after party?
Yes.
You were there in that area during the whole concert in this Row Zero area by the front of the stage that a lot of people are talking about. And you spent a pretty good deal of time, you said, probably more than anyone else, with this accuser, this Shelby woman. So how did that happen? Was she is she a friend of yours, or it just you happened to be standing next to her?
No. First of all, we met only on the concert day, and we were speaking at the party. That's where I met her. And we were very friendly to each other. We were drinking, having fun, we're dancing. And in the end of the day, we're spending too much time. I meant from pre-party, we was also during the show, and sometimes we spent at after party. So it was almost half day.
Okay, so you hung out with Shelby, and it sounds like you hung out with other people who were partying at the everything pre-party, throughout the concert, and the after party. Okay, what I guess I'm going to ask you about some specific things in a minute, but what was your impression of her overall and her behavior throughout? What would you say?
So at first, I love her style because she looked different. Our girls was wearing some dresses, basic ones, and she was like a rock style dress up, and I was like, it's super cool. And I was communicating with her, and she was super loud person. I mean, super loud. She was always kind of singing, screaming, like Rammstein every time. I mean, none of the girls did that.
Rammstein! Rammstein! Hello!
She was doing this very often, I mean. Also, she was too enthusiastic about everything. She was, I don't know, I don't know how to say. I mean,
there's video, yeah.
Energetic. She was too energetic. She was, I don't know. She was too friendly with everyone. She was hugging everyone. She just wanted. I saw that she wanted attention so bad. I mean, she was acting like Okay, I will shout here. I will call whatever I want to do, and people will notice me. So that was my impression.
Titan! Yeah! To handle! Everybody's sexy as fuck here. Oh my.
She claimed that she thought she was drugged at the pre-party. So a couple of things I wanted to ask. Did you feel strange? I mean, because I'm sure you were drinking at the pre-party.
No,
Did you feel
no,
drugged?
no chance. I mean, all the bottles were sealed. We were
Mm.
opening bottles on ourselves. Um, there was option. What do you want to drink? No one said you need to drink this and that, and with no option. So we were drinking what we wanted, and we opening bottles. We having fun. No one was using drugs, as I saw none of the girls.
Mm.
And I don't know why she's telling that at the party someone spiked her.
She claims that throughout the night she just became completely like after being she claims drugged by someone she became completely like just totally out of it.
No, no chance. I mean, I was with her. I saw her. I knew what she was drinking. I know how she was acting. I know for how long she was dancing.
Okay, so the pre-party was anyone there? Was Till or any of the band members?
So mostly Joe and Till.
Okay, so
Till,
Joe, go ahead.
yeah, Till came to us for one time. He was just checking what are those girls. He just wanted to introduce himself. He wanted to have a friendly conversation before the show. And yeah, he made some shots for us and for himself as well.
So he made shots for you, and this was something that the accuser, Shelby, initially was really harping on, and she seems to have retreated back from it a bit, from emphasizing it. But it seemed like at first she was claiming that Till was probably spiking the shots that he was handing out. It sounds like to me that Till he gave drinks to he poured shots for a lot of people. So why
Yeah,
was she the only one who was drugged if if Till was doing it? Mm.
all the girls who was there was drinking because, oh my god, Till is here. Okay, let's get a shot. Oh my god, come on. So all the girls was feeling the vibe, and we took some shots, and everything was fine. I mean, Shelby was looking fine as well
Mm.
because after Till left, because of the show, he was kind of getting ready. He was kind of getting ready for the show, and it was almost 8 before the showtime. Uh, Joe came to us and said, "Okay, girls, now take whatever you want. Please make some drinks if you want. If you don't need some drinks, let's go to the stage." So we made some drinks of Shelby, and we went to the stage.
All right. So then, midway through, sometime during the show, Shelby comes out, and she's been somewhere, and she films herself, kind of screaming over the fact that she claims that Till Lindemann asked her for sex, and when she went to meet him, and she so you can see the video, and she's like, me, Till Lindemann, me.
Oh my god, Till Lindemann wanted to have sex with me? What?
So, were you aware of this, or like, did she talk to you when she came out, or what was your sense of what was going on?
Oh my god. So at first when she came back from, I don't know, on their stage on something, she already picked her phone and she started filming herself, and I was like, what are you doing? She's, Till wanted to have sex with me. Till wanted to have sex with me. I was like, what's happened next? And I said no, because sex is special for me. I was like, okay, and what's next? And Till was super pissed, because Joy said that um I will go only just for sex to him and everything. I was like, okay, and did something happen? She said, no, everything was fine. He was super pissed and he let me out. Just like that.
And, we don't know firsthand what happened or whatever. This is her saying this, but that story, like, there's no assault or anything in that.
No.
And it's almost like, and also she's trying to claim that she was, but that as it got into the show, she as the show proceeded, that she was really that drugging just really took effect, and she was really incapacitated and out of it. So I wanted to ask you, do you feel like during the show, I mean, she looks like she's having a great time and she's being really loud and looks like she's had a lot to drink, to me. But did you feel like she was really drugged up?
I think she only was drunk because the way she was talking, the way she was moving, drug person won't do that. I mean, she was dancing all the time. She was banging with her head, and she was dancing all the time. Non-stop. I mean,
Mhm.
she told previously, I think, that, oh, I was kind of blacked out. No chance. I mean, she was dancing all the time.
Mhm.
She was having fun, and
She
she
seemed
was
pretty clear. I mean, I understand you're saying she was drunk, but, like, you said there was no blacking out, there was no, like, passing out, or
no,
she didn't seem, like,
no,
out of it, like, she didn't know what was going
no,
on? Mm.
no. She was always using her phone.
And he said, okay, so apparently.
She was always filming, surrounding herself. She was turning camera to herself, and she was saying something. I can't remember because I was dancing and music was too loud, but she was kind of saying something to herself as well
Mm.
and saving those videos. But mostly she was dancing, and I don't know, nothing wrong happened.
Now, the concert ended, and you and Shelby and some of the others went to the after party, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she claims that by this point she was just totally, totally trashed. I'm not saying drunk. I'm saying that she claims that she was totally drugged and that she doesn't even remember. And she speculates this might have been when she got that bruise that she was showing off online. What did she seem like to you at the party, the after party? Yeah, how was she?
She was fine. She was sitting on sofa. She was chatting with different girls, and she was, as far as I know, she was drinking something. But I can guarantee that it was water, as she said in her stories. But she was calm,
Mm,
and she was chatting with girls because
mm,
there was a lot of people, and I think she finally understood that maybe it's time to settle down and don't be too energetic.
mm-hmm.
And I can remember the time I was leaving, I said goodbye, and I left her with another girl, and she seemed completely fine. Like, no chance that she was spiked. She was like, "Oh, you're leaving? Okay, bye, bye." I mean, she was standing
Mm.
like a normal person. Nothing wrong was happened.
She was standing like a normal person. So you went out there. Yeah, she was standing. Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the impression that I get from looking at some of those videos. Now, and I wanted to ask you as well. In one of the videos that's come out, she is at various times hanging on Joe Letts. And for people who don't know, this is someone who has received some criticism from people, I think unjustly so, for being some kind of predatory assistant for Till and being an asshole about security. And he's at the front of the stage and he's kind of monitoring things, and he was an asshole and stuff. And I don't see that. What I do see is, like, in the video where the accuser is hanging all over Joe, and he's trying to kind of be polite but get out of her grasp and kind of placate her, sort of put her away. So was she bothering people up there? Because I saw a number of people looking at her in some of the videos and gawking at her. Was she being, like, kind of out of control during the show?
Like, from the beginning, a lot of girls notice her from the fan zone that she's kind of different. I mean, she acted differently than other girls. Other
Mm.
girls was like standing and waiting for the show. She was kind of bouncing her tits, and she was shouting and showing that she needs attention. I mean,
Mhm.
to show that.
She's claiming that she was drugged on something like GHB or whatever that would make her really sedate and sluggish and out of it. And it sounds like what you're saying is, like, no one was concerned that she was incapacitated. They were just like, who is this really annoying hyper bitch? Like, what's going
Yeah,
on here, right?
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a point.
Okay, so I'm just curious, at the after party, did you see anything, any behavior by anyone that concerned you? Anybody in the band or the crew that seemed out of line, or anything going on that shouldn't have been?
Nope. Mostly what was bothering me was security because there was too much security everywhere. very helpful. I mean, there was too much security there.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they've got to try to keep people safe from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Till Lindemann on a rampage. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry. I'm sorry with the language barrier. I'm sure sometimes I say things you don't understand what I'm saying. Um, all right. So one thing that's come up too about her behavior, and again, this stuff is only relevant because she's bringing up all of these allegations, and she has brought her mental state into question, and she's accusing people. She's accusing people of drugging her and everything. So like, it is relevant to ask. I'm just curious. Did you hear any talk of drugs from her or anything like that?
So mostly she was talking with me that she's using some kind of medication and that she love weed. That's it.
Love
Like she
weed.
said, yeah, she love weed. You know what's strange? When this all happened, on Tuesday night, she was posting stuff on Reddit. And when I woke up, a lot of people came to me, like Lithuanians ones, found me on my Instagram and sent me this post. And they said, "Do you know this girl? Does something happen to her?" I was like, "Why? What? Why my face is there?" And I was kind of trying to reach Shelby, and she was ignoring me all day.
Hmm.
And I asked her, "Do you want to tell me anything?" She said, "I have so much to say." And she said nothing to me, but she was posting a lot of on Instagram. I mean, if you spend most of the day with that person and something bad happened, I think you should inform someone, and you can inform that person who was with you all the time. And she did nothing. I mean, she was only posting videos on her Instagram, so it's really strange to act like this.
A good point because it's like
Yeah,
if you were the person who was closest to her at this event and you were pre-partying, after party, during, and
yeah,
she
yeah,
and so why if all the why if all this stuff happened to her, drugging and someone assaulting her, if she has a bruise, and why
yeah.
not tell you? Yeah, and she was using your
What-
picture too. So I guess the last thing that I wanted to ask you in view of this whole situation, do you have concerns as a fan? Do you have, and as someone who has been in row zero and has gone to these parties and what have you, do you have concerns about Till Lindemann or about Rammstein? Do you feel like that he's predatory, the band is predatory? Do you feel unsafe? Like, what do you think?
No, I felt safe because there was a lot of security, as mentioned before, and everything was fine. When I met Till, Till was very friendly. He was talking with other girls. He was making jokes, and I don't know. He even did not touch any girl. I mean, there was a lot of girls sitting around him, and it was, I don't know, super nice. But he was telling jokes.
Well, listen, thank you so much for this. And I'm sure, I appreciate the truth. I appreciate your perspective, and I'm sure others do as well.